everyone, it's Ruby here, bringing guys another video. So today, we're talking about Squid Game. Squid Game is the #1 Netflix series right now, and it's projected to be the #1 Netflix show of all time. And this show originates from South Korea, my birth country. So, Squid Game is basically, to put it simply, a battle royale in which they all compete in life or death games for a large sum of money. To be specific, 45 billion won? Now, when I heard that, I thought they were talking about like 45 and 1. Like, whenever they said like 10,001, I thought they meant like 10,000, like the number 10,000, like 10,001. And so I thought that was like funny. And then I realized, later that 1 is the currency in South Korea. Okay, they don't mean 10,001 as in like the number 1. They mean 10,001 as in the currency. So this whole time I'm hearing 10,001, I'm like, or I'm seeing 10,001, and I'm like, wait, why is it always 1? And then I realized that they're talking about the currency. So yes. Now, there is the big debate about whether to watch it in dub or sub. Now, I'll be honest, I watched it in dub first time, cried my eyes out, episode 6, went back, watched it in Korean. That's what I tend to do with these shows. I tend to watch it in dub first, because I often like to multitask, and if I really like the show, I'll go back and watch it in its native language. I do it a lot with anime, I did it with Squid Game, and I do it with other shows as well. Now, I won't lie. I won't lie, this dub was not the best. In fact, whenever I tried to actually look at the screen, I had to look away because the syncing is very bad, and also it just doesn't match. It for whatever reason, it just doesn't match what is being like. What is being said in English does not match what is being like done in Korean, which is weird. I think they could have maybe afforded a little bit better quality of a dub, but whatever. Dub is dub. For me, I don't care what you think. I just watch it. I watch it in dub first, and then I go back and watch it in its native language, which I think is fair, because then I have like the gist of it in mind, and so then it's easier for me to go back and watch it in where it's supposed to be coming from. Because I don't speak Korean. I don't speak Japanese. I don't speak any of that. I mainly speak English. Okay, so it just, especially because I have attention deficit disorder, it's not always, I don't have a hard time like watching television shows just like sitting there and looking at the screen. I always have to do something else. Like, I always have to multitask. Like, usually I'll have like 3 screens up where I'm like watching one show on the television, I'll watch another show on my phone, and I'll watch like a YouTube video on my laptop. Like, there's so many layers to how I watch shows. So, and it's just, I don't know, I can't really explain it. But to be clear, I did watch it in dub, and then I watched it in sub. So I watched both versions. So I understand people who are very active in wanting people to watch a show in its original language, and I get that. It's just not everyone is able to do that. Would it be nice if everyone could just understand the native language? Yeah. Would it be nice if people would just read? Yeah, but 90% not everyone has the capability or the opportunity to just read subtitles. So, anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. What I want to talk about is the big question of whether or not there will be a sequel. There's this big question of whether Squid Game will have a second season, and whether it should have a second season. Now, I'm going to say something that might not be the popular answer, but I think is the answer that would make sense, and would honestly probably be the best for this show. And that opinion is, I don't think that there should be a second season. And here's why. This first season was borderline a masterpiece. Okay? It was visually stunning. The cast was amazing. The script was amazing. The writing really on point. There were a couple of things that could have been worked out, but overall it was a quality show. And it was built in a way where everyone is expendable. Everyone is expendable. I'll say that. Everyone is expendable. Because I don't want to give away spoilers just in case. But, everyone is expendable. And when you do that, that means that certain actors can't come back to a season 2. There is absolutely no way they can have the exact same cast come back for a season 2 because they die. I won't say who or how many, but I mean it's a given where there are certain characters that are going to die because it's a life and death game, and then they won't be able to come back. So if they were to do a second season, they would lose out on the opportunity of having that same cast of charismatic people. Now, I'm sure they could get more. They could easily get more. But the problem is that once you set up this system, right? Once you set this up, people are going to expect for season 2 to be even better. The sequel is going to be better than the original. That's what everyone's expectation is going to be. Now, I've heard people saying that maybe they should do it in other countries, or maybe they should, expand, do an international thing or a worldwide thing where you get people from different countries and you put them all in one and they all compete or something like that. Now, the way they've set it up is that the Squid Games are currently going on. They're still going on, even after season 1. So, the question is whether or not they should be ended. Are they going to be stopped and stuff like that? And I think that answer should be left up in the air. Because even though it would be nice to get some resolutions, especially on some theories that people are having, I think that it wouldn't do the show justice to explain everything. And it wouldn't be the same thing. It wouldn't have that original flavor. It wouldn't be that original show with a cool idea. It already has a foundation of what to expect. And I think that because they have that, a second season would either not live up to everyone's expectations or it would be ruined. Because it has set the bar so high with its structure and its characters and its story and everything that no matter which direction they would go, there would be people who are disappointed. And I can understand why. Now, it would be cool to see other games, put into these life or death situations, like maybe see like tag or like hide and seek or I don't know, heads up 7-Up. I don't know. There's definitely a lot of games that would be really interesting. For example, a lot of people brought up like the floor is lava. That would be a perfect life or death game where the floor is literally lava. Or maybe not literally lava, but if they fall, they die. That sort of thing. That could be like a end round, like one of those like final round things where they're trying to win, whittle away the players. But again, I think that because season 1 was so strong, a second season would never live up to people's expectations. Because either you have Gihan, go in and try to stop everything, or you just have another round. Maybe you go global, maybe you go to another country, whatever. But the problem is that I think they would run out of storylines. Maybe they could have like a movie spinoff where Gihan goes to shut down the Squid Games, and maybe that would work. But I don't think another 9 episodes would be a good idea. Because I just feel like it would not live up to everyone's expectations. Because they would have to recast literally everyone. Because, literally there's... is this a spoiler? I guess it is a spoiler, but it's one of those unavoidable things. So if you really don't want to know things, just go away. Okay? If you really don't want to know anything, just go away. But because there is one person standing at the end of everything, they just killed off 455 people. They would have to recast every single one of those because they're dead. And you would lose out on all of the characters that were established in season 1. And I think because of that, it would not deliver the same way that season 2 did. That season 1 did. There's no way to bring them back because they showed that they literally incinerated their bodies. They literally lit them up. So there's no way to have the deceased players come back. So they would have to do recasting, or more casting, I guess. Not recasting, but more like they would have to add even more people to the circle. And I feel like it would get oversaturated because there's too many people being brought around. And it just wouldn't have... I feel like while Gihan is an important character, he is not the most important character. Each of the characters, from Songwoo to Subyuk to, I forget the others' names, Ali, even Il Nam, I won't say too much about that, but each and every single one of them was important in building this series. And now that they're not here, it's like, oh shit, now what? And there's no way to bring them back. It would be interesting to have a thing where, Gihan infiltrates the Squid Games and tries to take them down, or even tries to take over them. That would be cool. But again, I feel like a season 2 just would not be hit the same. And I think it would be better to just leave in wanting more than to answer all of the questions. It's there are certain animes that will leave on a cliffhanger and then never do a season 2. I forget which ones did that. I think... Well, Little Witch Academia did that. Kakegurui right now is... is only 2 seasons, and we're still waiting on that one. I want to see season 3 too. I have to look at my list. Let me think. There's like other anime that have done it where they literally leave it on a cliffhanger and then they don't do another season. Was it Violet Evergarden? Oh no, that one. I could have sworn. Was it Parasite? I'm thinking about. I think it's mainly Little Witch Academia that I'm thinking of, because that one was 1 season, and their studio is known for not doing second seasons. And as much as like people would want a second season of like Little Witch Academia, it just wouldn't necessarily live up to the first season because of just how good it was. And there's other anime that do that, I'm sure, because... And then there's other anime that, like, overstay its welcome, just like any other show. And I feel like if they were to do season 2, that would definitely have to be the end of the show, because there's 100% no way they could do a season 3. But I really also don't think they could do a season 2. Like, maybe... I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll pull it off. Maybe they would. Maybe they would... really hone in on this idea of Gihan infiltrating the Squid Games and taking them over, maybe either taking over the Squid Games and running them himself, or shutting them down. And I think that would be the only route they could take. I think if you do it where you go to another country and you see those games, it would ruin the magic. It would 100% ruin the magic, and I don't think they should do that. I think that if they want to do a Squid Game season 2, or even a Squid Game movie, where, they do a spin-off to the show, where they don't necessarily do it where it's 9 episodes, but they do it to where it's just, maybe a 2-hour chunk, where they show, Gihan and, who's that guy? Shit, I forget his name. But they go after the front man, they go after the administrators, and they just take them all out. Or Gehan realizes that he should just take over the Squid Games and take Ilnam's place. Oh wait, is that spoiler shit? I did say that there's gonna be spoilers. Oh boy. Okay. Oh man. Sorry. Look, I don't script my videos, okay? It just came out, okay? I'm sorry. If you didn't know that Ilnam is behind all of this, sorry. My bad. But yeah. Basically, they either shouldn't do a season 2, or they should hone in on the idea of Gihan overthrowing, or even becoming part of the Squid Game administrators. So yeah, I think those are the only 2 options. I think if they do anything else, it'll just ruin it. And I think even though it would be nice to see other games, I think that just leave it up to everyone's imagination. I'm sure there can be fan fictions and there can be fan-made content based on like other games, and I would love to see that. I would love to see fan-made content based on like other childhood games. Like again, I think The Floor is Lava would be a perfect one. There's also like Capture the Flag, I suppose, could work with a team game. I suppose you could do like something with like Red Rover. I don't know about like global games. I suppose you can never go wrong with tag, I suppose. Like, one person's... Could you imagine a death round of tag? That would be funny. Or even, like, laser tag. Or even, like, paintball, where if you get shot, you're out. Um, if you get shot, you're eliminated, and then you actually get shot. Oh, they could do where it's like lace tag, but with the real guns. No, sorry, I'm getting off track. But yeah, like there's definitely ways where you could think of how other games could become a death game, and that would be cool and all. But I don't think the actual show should do it because again, I don't think it would ever live up to the hype of what Squid Game season 1 is. And maybe that's just me being a little pessimistic. But if you look at the track record of shows that have done this, where they had a flawless first season, and they did a second season that completely butchered it, I'm not wrong. Like, there are definitely shows where they had this, like, really good season 1, they had this really good idea, and then they decided to go for season 2, and then they fucked it all up. I won't name any off the top of my head, but there's definitely ones out there. So it's like, I don't know, man. I think that if you were to, I think it would just become an instance of where it's like Lost, or even Game of Thrones, where it seems good for a while and then it just off the rails. But who knows? I mean, I think they could possibly pull off a season 2. I just think that if they do a season 2, that should just be the end of the show. Because I think if they did season 3 and 4, that would 100% ruin the show. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think there should be a season 2 or a spin-off movie or something like that? Or do you think they should just let it rest, just end it now while it's high? And also, if you guys can discuss civilly your thoughts on sub and dub, I would be interested to hear it. Because for me, I don't give a shit. I'll watch it the way that I want to, and no one will change it. But I understand that not everyone has that opinion. Now again, I would ask you to be civil, respect people's opinions. But it is the internet, so I won't be surprised if there ends up being wars down below. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, guys. It's been a blast.